Welcome to Working on a Simplex steam locomotive, part 26. The wheel sets and axle pump are ready for a new coat of paint. I choose to use Phoenix Precision paints for this because I find it to be very good quality paint. Time to work on the chassis with my old steam cleaner. The best place to do this is over the kitchen sink. In the final part of this episode, I'll show the cleaning of the valve gear on the workbench. It's very cold in the workshop today and the paint is very thick, which is a bad combination for painting. My workshop heating is actually an air conditioning unit, which is pretty good at keeping the workshop cool, but it's not so good at making it very hot. Here I'm thinning the paint using some white spirit. And what is the paint, I hear you all ask? Well, it's Phoenix Precision paints as usual, buffer beam red. And here is the pump. It's cleaned up about as well as I can clean it up realistically. So here we go with the paintbrush. It's never going to look pretty, but thankfully this is down in the bowels of the engine between the frames. And this is the front wheel set, which also has the eccentric sheave and strap that drives the water pump. Once again, it's as clean as I can realistically get it. I'm not going to go too mad and be pedantic about every speck of grease. This is oil-based paint anyway, so it will work fine. Trust me on this, it's not good, I know, and I should try harder. But I'm being realistic. This is a 5-inch gauge model of a Simplex locomotive, and it wasn't very well built or painted in the first place. After painting the wheel set that has the eccentric drive to the pump on it, it's time to move to the rear wheel set. This one has a shroud over the axle, and what I will be doing, just before I put the wheel set back into the frames, I'll be sealing the gap between the shroud and the axle box to stop any ingression of ash into the bearing. Because as I mentioned in a previous episode, this axle is right underneath the ashpan. I've seen some terrible wear on rear wheel axle boxes, where the axle box is worn very oval. But on this locomotive, thanks to the shroud, this one's very good. So that's the red parts of the 3 wheel sets and the water pump completed. There is part of one component yet to be painted red, and this is it, the plumbing for the water pump. After I painted the piping, I fitted it into my vise just to hold it while the paint dries. I think I'd better explain a couple of things. This is in my kitchen, so why do I have chemistry apparatus and skulls in the window? The collection of skulls I've had for years, and it seemed like a good place to put them. In my recording studio, I used to record a lot of extreme heavy metal bands, and it was just part of the genre. And why all the chemistry apparatus in the window? That is simply explained. The chemistry apparatus was given to me to use in a video. Time to get on with the show. On the kitchen sink currently is my Simplex 5-inch gauge locomotive chassis. It is extremely dirty, grimy and oily and generally filthy. It's propped up on a food container to keep it level. And in this clip you can see just how dirty and filthy it is. Before I start, I need to show you this. It is a steam cleaner. A very useful gadget. You put water in it, switch it on, wait a while, and it generates steam. I couldn't help but wonder whether it would run a small steam engine. I may try this and just see. The steam's not at very high pressure, but then again for some of my steam engines they don't need hardly any pressure at all. With this small steam cleaner there are various attachments that fit on the end of the nozzle. This is a brush attachment, and it's quite good for cleaning things like the valve gear, as you can see. And with the help of the washing up liquid, it's making short work of the grease and grime. Why didn't I do this in the workshop? The answer to that is I do not have a kitchen sink in the workshop. And I really don't think that this low temperature, high volume water vapour would do the equipment in the workshop much good. So why don't I do it outside, you may be thinking? Well, it keeps raining outside today and it's cold out there. In this clip I'm applying quite a lot of washing up liquid to the crosshead and guides and all the valve gear. Now I've removed the brush attachment and I just have a jet of steam, and this seems to work okay. This is the part of the valve gear that's known as the combination lever, but this one is more like a banana. I have a choice. I can either live with it and paint it yellow, or I can use a soft hammer to straighten it. That's much better, maybe a fraction more. Yes, that's fine. There are 2 of these fitted to the engine and they were both bent. But not anymore, they're both quite straight now. It's time now to start the really tedious process of cleaning up the valve gear. It's boring, it's tedious, and it takes a long time. I'm using various methods. I'm using 400 grit wet-to-dry sandpaper, and here I'm using it over the edge of the bench to clean up the complex shape of the end of the combination levers. I also used a lot of green Scotch-Brite for this job too, as well as my brass wire brush for just cleaning all the dirt and grime from around the bushes. Because I'm using a brass wire brush for this job, the steel is not being scratched. Eventually the valve gear is cleaned up sufficiently. These are the two expansion link brackets that fit to the main motion bracket, and as you can see, I've removed the paint from them. Also, very shortly I will be fitting the smokebox saddle to the chassis. So this needs painting too, first of all using etch primer, and this stuff sticks quite well even to gunmetal and brass. The sound you can hear is obviously me shaking the can, which I did for quite a while. Then I went into the outer part of the workshop and started painting, and it's quite cold in this part of the workshop. Some viewers suggest warming the aerosol can first, which is okay because it had been in the inner part of the workshop, so it was quite warm anyway. I always paint things in the outer part of the workshop right by a wide open door. The rest of this video is about painting the top part of the wheel, and please note it's best to paint the spokes first, then clean the brush before painting the centre part so you don't transfer any particles from the spokes to the centre bit. And for that reason there's a bit of unpainting in the video too. And that's it for the narrative. Please stay healthy, thanks for watching, and I hope you found it useful. Please take the time to visit my Mainsteam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that, you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists, you can actually watch the videos back to back.